This right here is my favorite thing ever in the history of forever. I think about this every day. I think about this all night long. I stay awake, not sleeping, because I'm thinking about this.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of Sam Talks Nerdy. I hope you're happy, doing well, dominating life, crushing it. Throughout last week, and I also just finished it yesterday, I watched the live action One Piece, and well, I wanted to sit down and talk about it. I know this is kind of late, so I do apologize. I kind of wanted to savor it a little bit, kind of take my time to really think about it, not just blow through all 8 episodes and then boom. Like, I wanted to really think about it. For those of you who might not know, I am an anime fan. Cowboy Bebop is my favorite anime of all time, even has Spike and Vicious up there behind me. And I'm not quite basic when it comes to my anime consumption. Like, yeah, I do watch some of the usual suspects, like My Hero Academia. I don't watch Demon Slayer, which I heard that's good. But I try to consume some different types of anime, within reason, if you know what I'm saying. But I've never really had an interest in watching One Piece. I'm sorry, but over 1,000 episodes? No. I knew of One Piece. I think One Piece is one of the animes that everyone knows about. Plus, I grew up when Nami wasn't airing after Family Guy, so I was exposed to commercials for One Piece, Naruto, etc. Plus, I had a general knowledge of the characters. You know, Luffy, main character, Zoro, Sword Guy, Nami. Everyone knows who Nami is. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So when a live-action adaptation was announced, I didn't really bat an eye. I mean, why would I care? I never watched the anime, so I had no reason to feel excited or angry about it. So as the news came out and I saw castings, I just kind of ignored it. You know, I saw some posters and I did talk to my brother about it because my brother does like One Piece. Actually, just finished over 1,000 episodes. And then of course it came out, and well, my interest was piqued. I saw that it was doing really well with reviews. Fans were loving it. It even beat out Wednesday. And plus, I saw a clip online and I liked it. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'll give it one episode. If I like it, I'll keep watching. If I don't, okay, I'll just move on. But then I was kind of struck with an issue. Do I watch the anime first, the first season of the anime, and then the Netflix adaptation, or do I reverse that? Well, you already know what I went for. So with that tangent over, my sort of backstory with One Piece explained, let's get into the review. Same old deal. Positives, neutrals, negatives. Let's go. So, positives. Well, for one, I found the whole world really interesting. 1600s, 1700s, mixed with a little bit of modern elements or their own spin on modern elements, like the snail phone, which really made me think of the shell phone from SpongeBob. And I do look forward to seeing more of this world when I watch the anime, because it is really interesting. And I really did like the production quality. Like, the sets they built, they were awesome. I also liked how they built a good portion of the ships for the show. As I mentioned, I don't really have a lot of exposure to the anime, but with that said, I enjoyed a lot of the characters on the show, both heroes and villains. But I'll probably stop when it comes to characters there, because it just doesn't feel right for me to say, oh, Inaki Godoy was awesome as Luffy, when I don't really have much of a reference to compare his portrayal to. I did get really excited when I saw Crick Fairbass because, well, for those of you who played the original Modern Warfare 2, he voiced everybody's favorite character, Ghost. I mean, I was watching his episode and heard him talk, and I was like, wait, is that Crick Fairbass? Is that Ghost? And I quickly looked up, and yeah, that was Ghost. And I was like, oh my god, they have Ghost in this show. That's awesome. I got really excited for that. Also, everyone had such great chemistry. Like, I love the whole chemistry between the Straw Hat crew. Like, it was really good. My favorite character throughout the whole season, probably even in the anime, was Zoro. I mean, dude was badass, and I can't wait to see more of him in the future seasons and even in the anime. Sanji comes close behind, though. Fight scenes were also really good as well. Zoro had the best ones, obviously, but the rest were also really fun to watch, especially Luffy's. My neutrals. Well, I obviously need to mention CGI because it's law now that you need to mention bad CGI. It wasn't bad, a lot of it was really good, but there were some moments to where, yeah, you could really notice it, like when Luffy was using his stretchy abilities, or even some of the shots at sea, but it wasn't that bad. And while I enjoyed a lot of the action scenes, the wire work was a little awkward, but then again, it's either do you want really awkward wire work or really obvious CGI. So it's kind of, take your choice, because either way, it might look a little weird. And the moments where Inaki Godoy was acting Luffy's more loud moments did come across a little awkward at times. Lastly, my negatives, and honestly, I don't have any. Like, if I had to be like really nitpicking to have a negative, and I guess if I was to have one, maybe it'd be that the episodes were a little long, but yeah, honestly, I don't really have any negatives when it comes to the show. Like, it was a really solid adaptation. I actually just looked up the episode runtimes for the live-action Cowboy Bebop, and they range from about 30 or so minutes to 50 minutes. I did see an article that was breaking down what One Piece got right when it came to its live-action adaptation, so maybe I'll read that then report back. But yeah, it's so interesting just kind of compare all the different live-action adaptations and kind of see what each of them got right. I mean, obviously, like Death Note and some of the early ones, they got a lot wrong. Though I do like Ghost in a Shell. I don't know. It's like I said, it's really interesting to really compare all these adaptations, see what they got right and what they got wrong. I thought Cowboy Bebop got it right because the casting was pretty accurate, though they probably should have gotten someone younger than John Cho. But I think where it fell short was that it took a few liberties and really jumbled all the episodes to where some of the episodes that happened way later in the season happened earlier in the season, and things that happened early in the season have happened way later in the season, like Battle of Fallen Angels. So yeah, I'm curious if Netflix, when it comes to future adaptations, will take note for what they did with One Piece and apply it to the future adaptations. Like, apparently, they're still doing a live-action My Hero Academia, which I think is now either a movie or a show, I forget. So I'm curious to see how that will pan out, if they will apply this knowledge. And just also another quick tangent here, but I think what Cowboy Bebop and One Piece got right with the casting was that they understood that this wasn't based in Japan, so they could have more liberty with the casting to where they can have a more mixed cast. I do think that if they do adapt animes that are based solely in Japan, they need Japanese actors. Anyways, overall, I honestly give One Piece a solid 9 out of 10. Other than a few small gripes, it was awesome. Looking back, I do wish I watched the first season of the anime before watching this, but I do plan to be prepared for season 2. Well, that's if Netflix doesn't pull a move and cancel it. I do have a question, well, two questions, but my main one is, since I plan to watch the One Piece anime, would anyone be interested in me doing either episodic reviews or season reviews? Because if I do a review of some sort, maybe I will revisit the live-action adaptation and compare notes and maybe talk about some stuff that maybe I didn't think about before. So comment below, do you want to see me do reviews of the One Piece anime, either episodic or seasonal? And that will be it for this episode of Sam Talks Nerdy. Thank you for stopping by and watching. For listening to this via my podcast, please make sure to leave me a 5-star rating and a good review where you can. Feel free to leave me a voice message on Anchor. And make sure to follow me on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. If you're watching this on YouTube, of course, make sure to do the usual stuff. Like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, stay well, stay healthy. Don't eat a gum fruit. Don't do anything illegal. Don't become a pirate. And if you do, avoid the Marines. And I will see you or talk to you next time. Peace out.